Right. Welcome back to what is episode 6, day 6 of Pokemon Red, played out of order. Last time we collected the Soul Badge. That's usually the 5th badge, but we got it as number 2. And we made it all the way out here to... Did I put my town map away? All the way out here to Cinnabar Island. It's Pallet Town right there where we started, and we managed to work all the way around to Fuchsia City, and then skipped Route 19 to 20 and made it to Cinnabar Island. I've got a full, and I mean full inventory. I need to start using up some of these items. You know what? It's not a bad idea. We need to use up some of these items. I'm not planning on playing this game competitively, so I am okay with burning a few. Let's use up all the vitamins that we got. You can always buy more. The coin case the nuggets I explicitly don't want to use up yet, just because if you get knocked out in these games, then you lose a big chunk of money, and the amount of money that you lose is based on how much you have. So I kind of like to keep the nuggets and other must-sell items, stuff that you really can't use for anything except to sell. I like to save those until I need the money instead of just using them and clearing up the inventory space. But apparently in Pokemon Red and Blue, you actually have a limited storage space in your box. We're gonna give Oscar all the help that he can get. Because he is still unevolved. There's a reason for that. Poor Arcanine, he doesn't actually learn any moves after he evolves. So you have to get any moves that you want before he evolves. Okay, let's put a few things away that we don't need. I should have revived the Helix fossil when I was in Pewter City, but I kind of forgot that it existed. Alright, so I need to go into the gym, but the door is locked. So, in order to get in, I need the key, and the key should be in the mansion here. Where exactly? I don't recall. got some doors blocking me out. Oh yeah, there's a couple guys in here like burglars or something. And coughing, which I don't think I've caught yet. That's what I was supposed to do yesterday. I was supposed to print out a checklist for which Pokemon I still need to catch. This isn't playthrough where I'm trying to catch them all or anything. But getting 50 does get me the experience share, which is useful for stuff like leveling up Oscar here. He's still got a few levels to go. Ponyta I know that I don't have, because it only shows up right here. As far as... there are a lot of water types in the first generation, and very, very few fire types. When you think about it, the only real fire types are... Item, let's get our Pokeballs out here. The only fire types that are in the games really are the Charizard line, the Ponyta line, the Growlithe line, and the Vulpix line, and Moltres. And I think that's it. Okay, there's Flareon too, but Flareon is bad. And Ponyta doesn't even learn Flamethrower. That's 38 species. I can boost that to 39 by evolving my Eevee. Yeah, I don't think takedown is worth it. Okay, takedown will end up being worth it if it prevents me from getting poisoned. But personally, I really like Ponyta and Rapidash. I think that they're really well-designed Pokemon, especially their shiny palettes, but they're just not very good. Okay, it looks like the secret switch just opened that door and there's nothing there. Nice critical hit. And poisoned. Well, I was debating whether or not I should go and heal up after the first room, and I guess the answer is yes. You know, the sheer amount of poison in this game, I feel like the sheer amount of poison in this game would make a Nuzlocke run ridiculously hard. Oh, there's the coughing. Koji, Mr. Fish. I think Koji needs a couple more levels in order to get Body Slam. Oh, he's got Surf. I think Koji needs just a couple of levels to get Body Slam, which is a real good paralysis ability, which hopefully will help a whole lot with Zapdos later. Surf animation goes really hard, man. I didn't want to go in there anyways. So I'm definitely trying to get the Volcano Badge today. After the Volcano Badge, I really, I didn't want to do this until later, but I feel like I really need to go and get the Voltage Badge or whatever. Because, I need to start being able to fly around here. Some of these distances that I need to cover are really, really long. I guess this guy's got this team in order to show you these Pokemon for the Pokedex in case your opponent didn't pick them up. Processor that I can't open settings when I'm running it. That's way more than this thing should be taking. Okay, we're back on. Alright, so sorry for all the people who are watching on YouTube who haven't had any sound for the last hour. It turns out that I've just been muted this whole time. It's not actually a mute on my microphone, it was a mute on the operating system, because Windows randomly does that to me sometimes. So I've been over here talking about Mewtwo lore and the hidden lore behind this Pokémon Mansion and just all kinds of stuff that is, now totally lost. Awesome! Thanks, Microsoft. Wow, that's not much damage at all. I'm gonna need a little help. Is my processor a hamster wheel? Maybe. I mean, I'm using, once again, pretty much the lowest spec off-the-shelf laptop that you're ever gonna find. My work PC is 12 years old, the one, at my regular 9-to-5 job. and it runs much, much faster in most things than my laptop that I've had for about a year. Some amount of that issue might be the fact that my internet is not very good, but I also don't have many options in terms of internet. Like, I live out sort of in the middle of nowhere. There's not a lot of options for how I'm gonna get internet out here. You know, why am I holding on to these forever? I don't really need to hold on to the escape ropes for all eternity. Ah, no, 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 no! Clicking too fast and have to listen to dialogue again. Hawaiian Tel has lines out here, but as far as I'm aware, they're the standard phone lines. It's a level 40 Voltorb. I feel like it should have leveled up into or evolved already. But then again, I caught it at level 40. So Moltres would have been really nice to have here, but unfortunately, you know, those of you who watched the previous episode know that I was not prepared to catch Zapdos. I didn't actually want to put the bicycle away. Gosh. Sometimes, these old games, sometimes, like, waiting for text to finish is what ends up killing me and causing me to put the wrong inputs in. Okay, alright. Oh, it didn't actually push me away. Koji in front. Let's switch Mr. Fish. Why is Voltorb still damaged? I need to heal that dude. Okay, so the coastline glitch over here is actually based on the fact that there's no land spawns either in this city or in the next route, in Route 20 there. Oh gosh, it's the quiz one. Oh, it's not the quiz one. That's in a later game. Yeah, see, I'm currently pushing about the same level as the gym trainers, so I'm probably nowhere near ready for the gym leader, but I've got a, full party of 6, and 2 of them have super effective attacks on fire types. One of them is a super OP mythical Pokemon. And one has resistance to fire attack, so I think I'll be okay. I hope. And, maybe I'll get Mr. Fish level up a few more times. There we go, door open. I don't know what... I'm not sure what Blaine's actual, lore is, that he's got his gym full of thieves and nerds. He is dressed like a scientist. I think that there's some evidence in some versions of the game that, or some versions of the lore that say that he was a scientist working with Dr. Fuji on the Mewtwo project. But I don't think that that's in this game at all, aside from the fact that he's on the same island. Door opened. Okay, there we go. You can't win. I have studied Pokemon totally. Is this another super nerd? Okay, we're just blowing through these gym trainers now. I actually might be about where I need to be. We're doing good. Yeah, I was gonna say, we're not just right there already, are we? No, this gym actually has quite a few trainers that you can't bypass. You just have to fight all of them. Oh no! I remember when I was a kid, I hated those moves so much, the ones that would decrease your attack and defense and stuff like that. Because as a kid, I thought that those were permanent debuffs. Whole nother lane of those. thought that those were permanent debuffs, and so like all these ones that were lowering your attack and speed and stuff were basically screwing up your Pokemon forever. Hey, there's the Rapidash. Do you know if Ponyta evolves into Rapidash with a Firestone? I don't think that it does. But I caught a Ponyta, and I'm thinking about like how I want to make sure that I get those 50 Pokemon in my Pokedex, so I can get the experience share already. Mr. Fish is just blowing bubbles through this entire gym. I still don't know if I'm actually ready for Blaine, but I'm feeling a little bit more confident now. Fire is weak to water. Well, it depends on the fire. There are plenty of fires that get hotter when you put water on them. Oh my gosh. That would be a really interesting concept for a Pokemon. Something that's like a grease fire Pokemon or a magnesium Pokemon or something. It's like a fire type that's got an ability akin to water absorb. So when you put water on it, it actually gets a special attack boost instead of taking damage. Okay, and this is Blaine at the end. Great, let's go do a quick heal up first. I also just saw that there is currently... Somehow I missed the announcement that there was a Game Boy Advance emulator on the Switch as part of the Switch Online expansion subscription. Possibly because I don't have the expansion subscription. But yeah, that lets you play a bunch of games on there that are otherwise kind of hard to find, including Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Red. I forgot to save. Oh well. I didn't actually catch how many Pokemon he has. Was it 5? No, this should be 4, right? Leveling up mid-battle, good. 4. Let's keep it with Mr. Fish for now. I'm debating because I'm doing this kind of slow because I'm sitting here going, man, when is this luck streak gonna run out? That probably supposed to be on Rapidash. I don't think that I one-shot the last Rapidash. Oh, but I love Arcanine. I don't want to hurt Arcanine. Your Arcanine still knows Roar? Bro. Oh my god. Okay, that was actually a little bit disappointing. Pokemon Coliseum and XD are also coming as Switch Online GameCube emulator. Is the GameCube emulator on the Switch or on the Switch 2? I know one of them only had one of those. Okay, you want some stupid, something stupid here? I do not actually have the ability to fly yet. I can't actually fly. I have a TM for the HM for fly, but I can't use the field move fly because I don't have the third gym badge. I don't actually have the gym badge from Lieutenant Surge that allows you to use fly as a move. Yeah, Switch 2. I kind of thought it was. I think the Nintendo 64 one is on the regular Switch, which actually I think it might have Stadium, but no ability to transfer anything into Stadium. I don't really think that they're going to announce access to like Pokemon Red and Blue or Gold or Silver or anything on the Switch or the Switch 2 on the 27th. But it would be nice if they did put them on the Switch and allow you to transfer stuff into Stadium there. Oh, I'm dumb. I was all excited about getting Ultra Balls and going back to catch Zapdos, and I forgot to buy Ultra Balls. Let me go back and get some. It's okay, it's okay. I need to catch some Pokemon. I need to fill out my Poke... Oh god, it's level 10? Okay, it's level 10. I can probably just catch it with a... Oh my gosh. I could probably just throw a Great Ball. Yeah, the only way I know to use the Virtual Gen 1 and 2 is on 3DS, which you can actually transfer those ones into Bank or Home or whatever, and that way you can get your Kanto, your first generation Pokemon, up to other games. The problem is that the DS systems are no longer supported. So, like, if you don't have those already installed on the system, then you are out of luck. Well, unless you jailbreak the system, but that's a whole different issue. I've got like 4 3DS or 2DS systems. I really should jailbreak one of them. I'm about to walk away without getting those Pokeballs again. Jeez. Okay, and I think I want to switch Pokemon boxes here. You found your first shiny ever in Pokemon Home? I assume that you're not counting the red Gyarados, because I think that you started before Gen 3, right? Yeah, I gotta take the long way back to Pallet Town. He doesn't see me if I'm in the water. It's paralysis. That's nice. I do not know how many Pokemon that I've lost, like, that never made it into home or something. I did not expect a cue ball in the water. Nothing's wrong with you swimming, man. Get that exercise. So I'm now trying to level Koji up a little bit because he's got Body Slam. That's going to be my secret weapon for Zapdos. Although also, yeah, because Paralyze is important. But also, you know, they didn't add the whole thing about Thunder Wave not being able to paralyze electric types until, like, Generation 6. So if I had something that was a decent level and had Thunder Wave, yes, I beat Koga. In fact, the only reason I beat Koga was because I needed to beat him in order to get Surf. So that's 3 gym badges so far. Koga was number 2. I have not beat Lieutenant Surge, which is why I have to walk everywhere. I didn't actually need the X accuracy glitch at all. Because all I did on, I was concerned about Koga. I didn't think that I was anywhere near leveled enough to fight Koga. But it turns out Mew sweeps. I got Mew up to 40. It learned Psychic, which is the last attack that it actually learns by leveling up. And it one-shot everything on his team. Despite being, I think, just a couple of levels under what he should have been. Here's the guy that gives me Flash. I also haven't actually beaten the Rocket Game Corner, the Rocket Hideout. This is Diglett's Tunnel. Where are ya? I finished the Rock Tunnel without Flash. I actually didn't get the Flash HM until much later. It wasn't as dark as I remembered it being. Maybe because my computer screen is a little bit more brighter than a Game Boy screen. Okay, where am I trying to go now? I want to take another stab at finishing Zapdos. I beat the fighting gym. Okay, actually, the whole reason I was concerned I wasn't ready for Koga was because I kind of struggled with the fighting gym. Okay, let's get a quick heal up. Man, I really miss the... There are so many quality of life changes that they've made in later games. The ability to run, the ability to just register an item instead of having to go through the menu every time you want to use it. Automatically switching boxes when your Pokemon box is full, instead of just saying, oh, you're out of room, so you can't catch anything. Larger inventory space, like actually being able to store more items. That was just a small change that made a real big difference. You know what I just realized? I've been waiting to get Oscar up to level 50. Yeah, so did I. Like, I remember there was an inventory limit for what you could carry. I forgot there was an inventory limit for what you could store. That caught me by surprise. That's actually the reason I'm using up all of my, like, carbos and vitamins and stuff, because oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, how did you miss 3 in a row? I'm actually not sure which Pokemon I should even have in front here. Because, like, I want all of them to be fresh for Zapdos. That is just an inventory room. There's nothing in there. I should have brought repels. Pikachu! As I said the other night while playing Legends ZA, I really appreciate that Legends ZA brought back the old original Pikachu cry sound effect. You know, I think that might be the first game since, like, Yellow that didn't just say its name anime style when it came in. Okay, and I will save this time. To be fair, I've started hearing only Pikachu's voice and a regular cry for everyone else. To be fair, I think that they changed Eevee to say its name too at some point, but I might just be thinking about Let's Go Eevee. Still 12 levels off, but I think that Koji will survive a Drill Peck or two. Come on, give me paralysis. I want to paralyze this bird. Yes. Okay, I think I might have this. I really don't care about Voltorb getting knocked out. Hey, I didn't miss this time. All right. Legendary bird Pokemon that is said to appear from clouds while dropping enormous lightning bolts. I need a name for Zapdos. I don't have a name ready. Yeah, one ball. One ball. After all the trouble it put me through last time. One ball. Name for Zapdos. What am I going to name this guy? Got it. Magic the Gathering reference. Exactly enough. Alright, we've got a Stormcrow on the team now. Remember, over-prepared is exactly prepared enough. Boy, I'm glad I can still surf on a passed-out Pokemon. Well, and I can hear my son waking up. It's about time. He slept really well last night. Now I gotta get him fed and taken care of, and then about that time it's probably gonna be time to head over to the shop and run the Pokemon League. Yeah, I just realized I've also been saving, holding off on evolving Oscar for a really long time in order to get access to his last move, which is Flamethrower, and now I'm realizing, wait a second, I've got the TM for Fire Blast, which is way stronger than Flamethrower. And Flamethrower, or Fire Blast, isn't even going to be his primary attack because he suffers from that physical attack build, while fire is special only. Alright, I am just going to head back to town. Wrong way. Still wrong way. Okay, what are we looking at here? We're in Cerulean City. I do not want to be in Cerulean City. Where do I want to go next? I think that Saffron City is where we're going to pick up next time. I think the next couple of sessions we're going to take on Sabrina, Erica, Lieutenant Surge, and then finally Brock. And I still forgot to revive my Helix fossil, didn't I? I sure did. Then again, I also didn't actually go into Pewter City. All right. So I'm going to call it there today. And next time we will head into the Silphco office building to fight Giovanni for the first time and get the gym badge from Sabrina. Maybe if that doesn't take very long, we'll knock out 2 or 3 gym badges all in a row. Alright guys, thank you for joining me. Smell you later, and as always, alola.